Mixed exercises 3, question 2, and we've got a box plot question here. Okay, and it's about two running clubs and they're comparing which running club has the quicker runners. Alright, so question A, we want to find the time by which 50% of these S club runners had completed the run. Okay, so we know 50% of our runners would be our median, so we're looking at this middle line here for the S running club, which is 45 minutes. So 45 minutes. Okay, now part B. Write down the time which 75% of the club runners has completed the run. Okay, so 75% is your upper quartile. So we've got 60 mins. Just as this is 75%, 50%, which is our median, and then 25% here, which is our lower quartile. Explain what is meant by the cross. Okay, this is an outlier. So we're not taking it in account for our data set. Maybe something's off. It doesn't really follow the trend of our data. That's why it's an outlier. It's quite far ahead, so that's why we mark it with an X instead of fully ignoring it. And then compare and contrast these two box plots. Okay, so whenever we're comparing, we want to compare our median. Okay, so on average, we've got that S is quicker, is faster than ERT. Okay, because through the lower time. Okay, in these timing questions, it's always a bit difficult that the lower time is better, right, in running. So ERSC is faster than ERT. And then, so we've got that one was about our median, and then we've also got our spread. Okay, so we want to find our interquartile range. So for ERSC, our interquartile range is 40 to 55, so 15, and for let's delete what I wrote there. For we've got 44 to 60. Okay, so 16. So very similar. So interquartile range is similar, but ERT is slightly greater. Okay, perfect. Part D, sorry, that was D. Yeah, we did C was the outlier, so now we're on to E. What conclusions can you draw from the information about which running club has the faster runners? Well, ESC has the faster runners, right? Because on average, they do it in a slower time, right? The median is less, so that's our conclusion. And give one advantage and one disadvantage of comparing distributions using box plots. Okay, so there's quite a few here. So if we're just looking at positives, it's clear, easy to understand, right? It's quite nice. This distributed here. It uses range and median values, okay, which are quite helpful because those are our two comparison points, how spread out the data is and where it's on average going to lie. And yeah, the spread is quite easy to see the spread represented well with, I've got our maximum and our minimum. It's a nice graph to understand. Okay, and disadvantages, we don't actually have the original data, so we just know that 50% lie here, but how what our actual data points are in between, we don't know. It can be easily misinterpreted, maybe, and your mean and your mode can't be identified. Okay, you've only got your median, which is kind of where your middle value lies. Those are some advantages and disadvantages of our box plot.